What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, Lenox Lewis is back at it once again. I don't think anybody should be surprised. Y'all know when it comes to Lenox Lewis, if AJ names comes up, he has nothing good to say. Now, Lenox Lewis was tweeting, and then the A-Team, okay, on what used to be Twitter, it's called X now. So they tweeted that Anthony Joshua can have a fight like this with Francis Ngannou because it doesn't hurt anything. You know, they understand it's a money grab. Okay, they know what it is. And, so basically, it's a fight. There's more to it than just that, but like they said, it's not hurting anything, so he can have these kind of fights. This kind of fight. He's not a champion right now. Okay. Lenox Lewis, he tweets and says something like he disagrees because this fight does absolutely nothing for Anthony Joshua. It does nothing like for his resume, for his legacy. He says that this fight, if anything, can like backfire on him and destroy him like it almost did Fury. Now, what I'm going to say in terms of Lenox Lewis didn't have that same type of energy with Tyson Fury. He didn't sit there and say, oh, I think this is a meaningless junk fight. Why don't he just go and, fight a real fighter? Why don't he fight Usyk? Why is he ducking Usyk just to fight Ngannou? Because that's pretty much what Fury did. But you didn't hear Lenox Lewis, chopping him down at the legs, trying to make him look bad, right? Now, I don't personally give a shit how you feel about Anthony Joshua. It's just, for Lewis, me giving the boxing news, Lewis just looks childish to me. He looks like I really think it's some type of jealousy, some type of animosity, because no matter, and look, Lenox Lewis was a great fighter. I really don't care about all that greatest of all time stuff, but you can't talk greatest of all times and not bring up Lenox Lewis. He's in that conversation, and he definitely was the greatest of his era. Now, bottom line is, when you listen to what Lenox Lewis was saying, though, Lenox Lewis, I just feel like he's always had some type of jealousy, because even though he was a champion, okay, and he did what he did, he was a solid fighter, he never had the people's attention the way Anthony Joshua does. He never had people backing him and standing with him the way they did for AJ. And I feel like there's something there with him. Like, to make a comment and say he only became a hater of Anthony Joshua because he ducked Wilder and all this nonsense or whatever. Like, I mean, really grow up. Lenox Lewis, of all people, should know what it's like to be criticized and people just throw things at you. And it's like, with age, you think wisdom just comes. No, it comes with experience in life, things that you do. Lewis is a bit childish to me, and he's biased as hell. He's extremely biased. Example, Lenox Lewis, okay, how he got his WBC belt, Riddick both threw it in the garbage. So this was before email was a real thing, right? Well, he wasn't the email champion. He was the postal mail champion because he accepted it. He didn't say, hey, listen, I'm not going to take the belt that way. Give me an opponent. Give me a top guy. I'm going to fight him for it. No, but he took the belt. He made the most of it. And like I said, he was a great champion. Okay, but he got a lot of criticism for that. Oh, man, look how he got the belt. What do you mean, look how he got it? Bo got rid of it. But he didn't shoot down the opportunity to be that guy that they called the WBC champion. No, he didn't do that. He accepted it, right? He got criticized for that, and he defended himself. Okay, but at the same time, he knows what it's like. I mean, I couldn't find anybody that thought Lenox Lewis was going to beat Mike Tyson. I went with Lewis to beat Tyson. I think he knocks Tyson up. I didn't see anything Tyson had that Lewis wasn't going to be able to handle. And nobody was, listen, I don't try to get people to agree with me. It's like, I tell you what it is, or I tell you what I feel, and then what's going to happen is going to happen. And I said, man, you guys just don't like Lewis, but Lewis, there's no way he should lose to Mike Tyson right now, man. Like, really, there's no way. He shouldn't lose. Period. I mean, the way he used his jab, his movement, you know, and his smarts, and there's no reason he should lose to Mike Tyson. Okay. Worst case scenario, he gets careless, he gets caught. You know, he get caught with some crazy shit. Remember Emmanuel Stu was yelling, "Get this motherfucker out of here! You gonna fuck around and get caught with some crazy shit." Remember that? Because he like, stop playing with this guy, man. Get him out of there. And he did. I think it was the 8th round. He finally got rid of him, dropped him, knocked him out, got rid of him. Then it was, oh man, Mike washed up, Mike old Lewis waited for Mike to get old, blah blah blah, all of that. Okay, excuses. So Lewis knows. He got heavily criticized because after the Vitaly Klitschko fight, he retired. And I said, no, it's better that he retires if that's the case, because if he's going to continue to fight and not give Vitaly a rematch, he's going to face heavy criticism for that. And he'd have to explain why not get his man a rematch when a lot of people thought Vitaly won. It was a hell of a fight, and I feel like the fight was tainted because instead of people appreciating that it was a great fight, they was just so busy worried about hating on Lewis to say that he lost the fight. So my whole thing with that is Lewis should know what it's like when people just unfairly throw shit at you. So he does that, but it's like he doesn't do it to anybody else like he does Anthony Joshua. And it's like no matter what Joshua does, he just can't give him credit for anything. He can't say, if you say anything about AJ with some half-ass credit, he'll turn around and even make it worse. But there's always a but with him. Now that being said, okay, I feel there's some tension there, like on his behalf, not AJ. I just feel like he has a jealousy of Anthony Joshua. The man is saying all of this now that it's a worthless fight, but he didn't say that about Tyson Fury. It's kind of like he walked into a trap with his own words. So, you know, it almost ruined Tyson Fury, and he think it's going to do the same. Okay, well, it's obvious he doesn't have any faith in Anthony Joshua, and so here's the deal. It's okay. This is where Lenox Lewis is wrong as well. Okay, I don't care about his opinion, but this is where he's wrong, absolutely wrong. And this is not an opinion. This is a fact. Okay, these are facts I'm about to tell you. First off, it's not a meaningless fight. Anthony Joshua wins this fight, he gets the winner of Fury. Okay, he gets the winner of Fury and Usyk. If Francis Ngannou wins this fight, he gets the winner of Fury and Usyk. So how is this a meaningless fight? So it's obvious Lenox Lewis don't know what the fuck is going on. He's, you know, a spectator on the outside looking in and just talking shit. So how could you say that? Now, when Fury fought against Francis Ngannou, was a title on the line? Was a spot at Undisputed and all that on the line? Was anything other than just bragging rights? I can say I beat Ngannou. No, he's considered, and he's considered one of the best. Okay, and not even in the UFC. John Jones is considered the best heavyweight. Bottom line, UFC. Francis Ngannou, but anyway, bottom line is, I beat one of the best MMA guys in a boxing match. Okay, so to say it does nothing for Anthony Joshua because he's fighting a guy that's only on his second fight. Well, that's why I mean about he kind of walked into a trap with his own words because, well, Fury, it was his first fight with Fury. Okay, he dropped Fury, he holds his own, and he's in the position he's in now. And like I said, man, you know, I tip my hat to the guy for what he went in there and did, how he held his own. Now, as far as people rating him like he's a top dog, well, he's gonna have to beat AJ to prove that. Because what people won't say, and here's the reality, this is not taking shit away from Ngannou, because like I said, he did what he had to do. Okay, he did what he was able to do that night. Fury took this guy lightly, coming in, like I said, playing with his belly fat, smiling, being a big fucking bozo, looking stupid, and I'm just looking like this is some bullshit right here. He underestimated him, and more than likely he didn't train the way he was supposed to. Because if he did, let's be real, this is the same guy that said he don't need but a week to fight Usyk. He said that. And all of a sudden, after making accusations as if Usyk was planning on ducking him when he was the one that wasn't ready. Because if he was in the type of shape he needed to be in, why move the fight back? And he also did sustain a cut in that fight, so you want to make sure that the cut is properly healed and all or whatever. Okay, bottom line, Fury was full of shit on that. Did you hear Lenox Lewis ripping into him about any of that type of stuff? No. They just found the way to praise Ngannou, but at the same time, for Ngannou to be in a position that he didn't earn, he was put there. Okay, he was put there. But he made the most of it. And like I said before, most people were saying that Ngannou won. Now, regardless, the Saudis want to put on the biggest fights they can put on. What do you think AJ is doing? Did you not hear Eddie Hearn say? Listen, and Eddie Hearn had a tweet too, but it's irrelevant. Bottom line, his tweet wasn't irrelevant to the conversation, but I don't need to go into what he said anyway for this video. But bottom line is, you heard Eddie Hearn say, when the Saudis asked him, what is the best possible option out there? Wilder lost to Parker, and we need somebody to step in that, is going to get that type of attention where it's a mega fight. Eddie Hearn's idea. Eddie Hearn was the one who said Ngannou. Eddie told the story. Francis Ngannou. No questions about it. Because he's hot right now, even though he didn't get the decision, right? And cool. So they went with that. You heard out of your own mouth Anthony Joshua say he's not really into these gimmick fights. Okay. $50 million. That's the price. That's the money that they was offering for him to fight Wilder. But Wilder lost. So what was AJ supposed to do? Right? You don't think that $50 million? Oh, you better believe that, like I said, the Saudis have to want the fight, but you better believe Eddie Hearn and them, hey, AJ, this is $50 million. This is $50 million. And why not? Now, not only that, you go in there and you destroy this guy, because they're going to compare his performance to Fury's. And you go in there and destroy this guy. AJ may even, let's say, whoever wins, whether it's Usyk or Fury, AJ, okay, he might go into that fight the favorite if he goes in there and destroys Ngannou, because Ngannou got people thinking he's a world beater. Like he's World Breaker Hulk or something. He's coming back to destroy everything on earth. And so he goes in there and he destroys Ngannou like he should. But especially if he destroys him, bottom line, for his performance to be better than Fury's, and especially with the knockout, yeah, they're definitely going to put him as a favorite over Fury. Now, because Usyk beat him twice, people might go, I don't know. They might start to realize what I've been saying. Usyk is just different. Technically his skills and everything. And if Tyson Fury was so confident that he could beat Usyk with 1 week of training, all that shit he's talking about. But like I said, you don't hear Lenox Lewis commenting on any of that, right? But if he was so confident, man, this motherfucker up on the mountains, on the hills, training differently. They even said he's training differently. Why? I told you guys. He was showing so much anger towards Usyk because Usyk is showing him no fear. None. And that shit is fucking with him because he thought his size, him being 6'9", 273 or whatever. And I said, people can talk all that shit they want. Oh, he's massive, he's big. Please, skills pay bills, man. Talk all that shit you want. I think that's too big for him to come in against Usyk. He's going to need to be quick and lighter on his feet, and his hands are going to need to be faster. He goes in there 273. I think Usyk makes the fight look a lot easier than what people really think. That shit he did against Wilder is not going to work with Usyk. Too smart, too sharp, a different fighter. Now, for that to be something that people don't understand, that's fine. Some people never will understand, but people will see the results and go, damn, you know what, now I see your point. Because that walk him down, try to bully him shit, even to lose weight, he's gonna have to be effective behind the jab. He's gonna have to keep it long to be effective. I don't see him winning the fight by fighting stupidly. That's what I think he'd be doing by trying to play that walk down shit, because you're talking about a guy that has footwork, a sharp ring IQ, and knows how to give you, different looks and switch up levels. So, and Usyk is not a quitter. Like, Usyk is gonna fight. Usyk, everybody got this picture like David and Goliath, but Come fight night, we'll see. But bottom line is, all of this talking that people are trying to make it seem like Usyk, is basically like he has no chance to win. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, and let me also add to this. Not only did Tyson Fury take Ngannou lightly, not only did he go in there and embarrass himself, but if he had trained properly and had a better game plan, he still don't have footage of Ngannou to study other than watching his stand-up game and MMA. That's the only thing he'd be able to study. How does he react to punches and whatever. And so whatever he's learned that he wasn't doing in the octagon, okay, whatever he was doing, Tyson and Dewey Cooper has obviously added more to his game. But he wouldn't have anything to study other than that, right? So when you look at it, well, for Tyson Fury to even be at top shape, the thing as a fighter is you need to be able to troubleshoot in that ring. So what style would he have been studying for? Do you understand? A novice. So now when AJ says he's going to study, not just the Fury fight, but also his stand-up with MMA just to see how he react to different punches and movements and stuff, that's smart. That's what he should have. That's what you should do. But for Tyson Fury, the point what I'm saying is, if you listen to this guy, how he talks and how he says things, and he's not exactly what people made him to be. Because even for him to not train properly, what I'm saying, he should have showed more. He should have showed more. Because we always talk about muscle memory, right? He should have shown more. You see his arsenal look completely limited in there. So, yeah, just saying. And I believe that with Lenox Lewis, it's more of I hope Anthony Joshua fails against Ngannou. I don't want him to outperform Tyson Fury. That's what I believe. It's more of that. But I will say this, regardless. As far as Tyson, Lenox Lewis saying there's nothing on the line, like I just explained to you, no. This is a shot at undisputed for both guys. Either guy wins, it's a shot at undisputed. Okay? For Fury, it was just a money grab. For Anthony Joshua, it's a money grab and a position to fight for undisputed. To be right back to the position he wanted to be in the first place. So, for Tyson Fury, man, it's like when he says these things, even for Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury, for Lenox Lewis, when he say these things, even for Lenox Lewis fans, and don't be one of these fans that got your head stuck up your ass, okay? Like Lenox Lewis can't say anything wrong either. So that's bullshit when he says that. So it's obvious that either he's not aware, or he got so into his feelings that he didn't even care that he was saying false things. So, yeah, I just wanted to, talk about that for a little while because, yeah, it's just bullshit, man. And the guy clearly has something out against AJ. So no matter what AJ does, he's going to complain. Now, say AJ goes in there and handle business with Ngannou. Let's say he beats the winner of Usyk and Fury. What is he going to say then? What is Lenox Lewis going to say then? Well, I still think he should fight Deontay because even though Deontay had a bad night, Deontay still has the right hand and he can possibly still knock AJ out, and this is what we want to know. A loss doesn't mean that, Deontay's washed up or he should hang it up. This is the fight everyone wants to say. I can see him now making excuses. It's going to be something other than just, hey, AJ did what he had to do. He's a 3-time world champion, and he came back and did his thing and made it happen. And I got to give him nothing but credit. It's going to be a but. And if he can manage to give that man credit one particular night, trust me, he'll follow it up and contradict everything and find something to throw at him. That's what he does. But at the end of the day, just so people don't have false information about it, yeah, it's undisputed on the line. And Anthony Joshua said, I'm looking at Francis Ngannou like he's my undisputed fight. I'm not going in here thinking about anything or anyone other than Francis Ngannou. And that's one fight at a time. Only fighter on my mind is the one that I'm fighting. And that's the perfect attitude to have. All of this calling other fighters names and responding to fights about other fighters, which is like the one thing about their reckoning press conference that I really didn't like, that really was just like a turnoff, is, I mean, come on, you got, for every fight that you had on the card, they kept all those fights based on the two opponents in front of each other. That's facing off. When it came to Anthony Joshua, they're talking about AJ versus Wilder. AJ versus Wilder. AJ versus Wilder. AJ versus Wilder. How much time did they spend on talking about AJ versus Wilder? How much time did they spend talking about Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker? And then you got this fucking big pharmacy, big car dealership Miller. He's chiming in. He's not even talking about Daniel Dubois. And when he does, he's just calling him shrimp and making stupid voices and making an ass out of himself as usual. Then, bottom line, he talked about AJ more than anything else. So, yeah, you're so worried about the next fighter. You're worried about fighting all these other people. Even when you have a list of names, man, take one fight at a time. That's all, one fight at a time. So, yeah, that's what's at stake, and that's what's on the line. Undisputed. So, Lenox Lewis is 1,000% wrong when he says that. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section. What y'all think about Lenox Lewis and his words? His animosity towards AJ. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings. Hang out to people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.